Is Marvel back? Is the new Fantastic Four fantastic? I'll see myself out. So, this is the new Fantastic Four, starring Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss Bachrach. Why are so many actors have complicated names? So, what is this movie about? Well, Galactus, played by Ralph Ineson, love that man, sends out the Silver Surfer, played by Julia Garner, to find a planet for him to consume. But Galactus is willing to spare Earth if the Fantastic Four sacrifice Reed and Storm's child. So what will the Fantastic Four do? Not sacrifice the child, that's for sure. First of all, I just want to say I love the set design, the color, the style, and the alternate universe this movie's in. It's a breath of fresh air, and it's something new, and adds a lot of fun colors to this universe, which we've been lacking recently. I was kind of worried about the Fantastic Four cast, but they all did a good job, especially Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal. They were the ones that I doubted the most. Now, I'm not trying to say Patrick Pascal is a bad actor. He's amazing, and I've gone on record multiple times saying how he's great in pretty much everything he's in. It's just frustrating that he is in literally everything. I just wasn't sure if he'd be a great Mr. Fantastic, and he proves me wrong here. He did a really good job. I didn't really rate Vanessa Kirby that much, but I thought she did really well as Sue Storm. A breath of fresh air, a different side to her than we've seen in the last few movies. The chemistry between the whole cast is really good, and you do feel like they've known each other for years, and they are a family. That's what this movie is, a family movie where a family comes together to save the day. I thought Galactus was great, and his design was well done, and his aura, in a way, was great. And I know that Marvel and Sony has done Galactus wrong, or they've been worried about bringing him in because he can come off as really cheesy, and he wasn't cheesy at all in this. And I think that's mostly because of the voice acting done by Ralph Fiennes, and apparently he did all the motion, and he actually had a costume for this, so it wasn't completely CGI, so I thought that was pretty good. I thought some of the CGI in this movie was really good and had a lot of impressive shots with it, and just impressive shots without the CGI. It was also refreshing to see a little bit more of Silver Surfer's backstory compared to the original, where we only got like a tiny bit, so it just kind of added on more of it. Now here's just some stuff I just didn't really like, but it's not really like an issue that would hold this movie against it too much, but it was an issue. I thought Johnny was different and really good at some parts. Like, he's better than the original, in my opinion. He wasn't your typical womanizer like he is in the comics and the original movies, but I think that's mostly because there was no time for him to do that, like behave in that way. We were just thrown in this situation where the world's ending pretty much, so there's no time for him to womanize anyone. Though when he did do it, it was with the Silver Surfer, which is weird, in my opinion, and he was doing it while the Silver Surfer was actively trying to kidnap his nephew. He's literally crushing on the alien while she is literally actively trying to kill you, your family, and kidnap your nephew. Like, WTF, man. I also didn't like the Silver Surfer. Yeah. That was the biggest issue a lot of people brought about this movie, was changing the gender of the Silver Surfer. And I know there is a woman Silver Surfer in the comic book, so it is original in a way, or source material accurate. But if you're going to do it, because the original Silver Surfer is so iconic in my opinion, if you're going to do it, you have to add something to this character and make her more interesting, or do interesting stuff, develop her background. And I just don't think this movie did that with her, and I don't think Julia Garner did a great job of playing the Silver Surfer. It's nothing against her, I think the script was really lacking with her. Like, they dove a little deep into her backstory, but then her redemption arc was just kind of out of nowhere. Like in the original, and I know this is my childhood memory coming up, I really liked the Silver Surfer, and he was connecting with Sue Storm in the second Fantastic Four movie, and you see why he eventually betrays Galactus. But in this one is kind of like just half. I just think if you're going to really change the source material, because the Silver Surfer is iconic as a male with the movies and the comic books, you got to do something new and exciting and develop the character more, and they just didn't do that. I do think Johnny has really powerful moments with her in this movie. It's just not the same as the original, and that's, again, probably just my childhood memory clicking in. Maybe the connections of the original movie with Sue Storm and the Silver Surfer was just a lot worse, and I just don't remember it, but I don't know, I was a kid when the movie came out. Also, the CGI was really bad. Like, some people, I've seen some reviews say, like, it's like iffy at points. It's not iffy at points. It's awful. Really, really bad. Like Thor Love and Thunder, bad. It's so bad, especially with the Thing, the baby, Franklin, and other moments like that. It's just really bad and takes away from the experience. Like, I almost laughed a couple of times because how bad it was. It seems with CGI and overall this whole movie, Marvel just wanted to put all their effort into Avengers Doomsday, which I'll be getting to later. But I felt like their CGI team, or whoever they hire to do it, Whatever it is, I think they're just all hands on deck for Avengers Doomsday, and this really lacked. Now, before we get into the main issue I have in this movie, I want to get into something real quick. There were a lot of reports that this movie had to do a lot of reshoots because of the also awful test screening, and also the fact that Sue Storm was kind of the leader of this group. That got me scared. It was just going to be another change of the source material from Hollywood to fit their agenda. But honestly, I'm happy to report that none of that's true. Well, at least it doesn't come off as true, because if the reshoots were done, they did it so well that you couldn't tell. It's obvious Reed is the leader of the group and the brains behind the operation, but these people are a team. They're a family. They play off each other's strengths and weaknesses. Yes, there are really good and strong moments with Sue Storm, but that's due to good writing and developing her character. She's the mother of this group and has a mother to a new baby, and her powerful moments come from her trying to be the mother of the group and protecting her child. She doesn't want to sacrifice her child, just like any mother wouldn't. Her powers are awesome, and they're used really well in this movie, and it makes sense the stuff she does, she's capable of it. Like, it's not coming out of nowhere. There were a lot of powerful moments with Sue Storm in the original movies, but nothing to like this. They really did her well in this movie, and honestly, she's really well written, well developed, and well acted. Like, this is how a powerful woman should be in movies and TV shows. Learn from this, Hollywood. Learn from this movie. Okay, so here's where I run into the real issue. Marvel would have had some serious balls if they did something real here with this movie, but they didn't. They played it safe like they always do. It seems like they had some great ideas in the writing room, and then some dark tones with this movie, especially with how bright this movie is and family this movie is. They had some dark tones to this, and it could have been really dark. But it seemed like that all the Marvel movies were failing, critics were hating them, fans were hating them, they were losing money. They just wanted to play this safe and just develop these characters for Avengers Doomsday. Like, everything big and crazy is going to happen in the Doomsday movie. Now, when I say they played it safe in a good way. Like, this movie's still very good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Nothing was bad. Straight up bad, at least. But come on. We've seen this movie before, and there's just no real stakes to this movie. There could have been some dark stuff with this, especially with the baby and the baby being sacrificed. But no, Marvel wanted to play it safe and just keep people happy, I think. But I don't really think people are happy with this movie. It's obvious Marvel is scared, and they just want to get to Avengers Doomsday. They got Robert Downey Jr. coming back, so they're hoping he can really save this universe. Like, they did a really good job developing these characters, and I'm excited to see them again in Avengers Doomsday. But would I actively watch this movie again? No. Like, I won't be upset if someone else puts this on. This movie is forgettable, but not bad. I definitely don't think you'll be missing anything if you sit this one out. I'm happy to go into spoiler talk later or talk about what this movie should have done or some interesting concepts that were happening, but it just didn't really happen in this movie. Because I think that would have been a better movie and rememberable. This movie is sort of a step in the right direction in a sense of getting ready for Avengers Doomsday. Like, if Avengers Doomsday wasn't around the corner, I'd say this movie's really bad. You shouldn't waste your time or money to wait for streaming or just get the spoilers online so you know what's coming. Honestly, this movie was hyped up to save Marvel, like, completely save it. But honestly, it didn't really do that. It honestly just bought time for Avengers Doomsday. And Avengers Doomsday is going to be what either completely saves Marvel or completely ruins it. Now, after all that, I'm just going to give this a 7.7 out of 10. Solid movie, got great moments, but honestly, nothing super impressive. But before I let you guys go, I just want to let you guys know that I'll be out of the country for 2 weeks, so I won't have any reviews or videos anytime soon. But I'll get some YouTube shorts out when I get back to review the movies that I've missed. So what do you guys think of Fantastic Four? Was my rating fair? Comment below your thoughts. Thanks again for watching, and please subscribe and leave a like. Goodbye, y'all.